Hello everyone, this is the Real Black Otaku. Today I'm going to be talking about my top 10 favorite anime. I kind of figured that since it's going to be my first video, this would be a good place to start. Now I only hope that I don't sound like a biased fanboy when I talk about these shows. Anyway, I don't want to drag this intro out any longer than I have to. Let's get started. Starting us off at number 10 is Fairy Tail. Fairy Tail takes place in the Kingdom of Fiori, where magic is commonplace. We follow a group of wizards from the Guild of Fairy Tail as they go on various quests and jobs, and the trail of destruction that usually follows them. Now, usually I'm not one for the big, superpower shonen anime, and I usually try to stay away from shows with more than 100 episodes, but I enjoyed Fairy Tail a lot more than I expected. The best part about Fairy Tail, in my opinion, is the characters, their interactions with each other, and the development that many of them have. The one thing that really keeps Fairy Tail from being any higher on this list is how it ended. Episode 175 left a bad taste in my mouth. It has left us with a cliffhanger ending and didn't even care to finish the arc that it was on. Thankfully, a couple of weeks before this recording, I found out that the show will be continued sometime in April 2014. I look forward to it and seeing where it takes the show. Next, number 9, we have Attack on Titan. Long story short, this is about humanity's fight for survival as they fight back against the Titans that have literally eaten the human race to the brink of extinction. I don't think anyone in the current anime community hasn't at least heard of Attack on Titan. It's the most popular show in the year 2013, with popularity up there with the big three. It had a very strong start, an intense story, and a badass opening. Even if it did get replaced halfway through, but I digress. Attack on Titan is a blast to watch. I recommend everyone to watch it. Even if you've already watched it, go watch it again. And number 8, there is Sword Art Online. In the year 2022, 10,000 gamers are trapped in a new virtual reality MMORPG called Sword Art Online, where if you die in the game, you die in real life. And now the only way they can escape is if all 100 floors of the game are cleared. Just like Titan was for 2013, Sword Art Online was the most watched anime of the year 2012. However, unlike Titan, SAO has come with a lot more controversy. Everyone who has seen it has either loved it with a burning passion or thinks it's total shit. Obviously, I'm on the love it side. I can see its flaws, but I feel the good outweighs the bad. I would honestly get into more detail, but I'll leave that for a later video. Number 7 is Future Diary. Future Diary, or Mirai Nikki if you insist on using the Japanese title, is about a boy named Yukiteru Amano, who is given a cell phone that can tell the future by the god of time and space, Deus Ex Machina, and is told that he is part of a battle royale against 11 other people with future-telling cell phones in order to become the next god of time and space. I personally went into Future Diary with some high expectations, and it delivered. At first it started out as okay, but as I kept watching it just got better and better. If that's not enough to sell the show, it has who might be the most psychotic yandere character ever introduced in the anime. Next, number 6 is Code Geass. This story takes place in the relatively near future, where the Holy Britannian Empire controls a third of the world, including the country of Japan being renamed Area 11. We follow an exiled Britannian prince named Lelouch, who after obtaining the power of Geass, has plots to overthrow the Britannian Empire, to avenge his mother's death, and to make the world a kinder and gentler place for his younger sister Nunnally. One of the best things about Code Geass is how well executed its story was. I also love seeing how far Lelouch was willing to go, and how many people he was willing to kill, by his own hands or otherwise, in order to accomplish his goal. Despite all this praise I'm giving it, it just misses out on my top 5 anime. At number 5, we have Clannad. Clannad is about a high school delinquent named Tomoya, who meets a shy girl named Nagisa on his way to school one day. The two develop this friendship as they begin to rebuild the school's drama club. The story of Clannad was written by the company called Key, whose visual novels have been adapted to some of the most emotionally touching anime out there, Clannad arguably being the best work yet. And with very good reason. And it's got a really good character cast, most of whom are very well developed, and is the best love story I have seen come out of anime. Don't get me wrong, the next 4 all do have romance in varying degrees, but nothing quite like the level Clannad has reached. The anime at number 4 is Gurren Lagann. In the distant future, the human race has been driven underground by the vicious beastmen and their powerful mecha called gunmen. The story follows 2 best friends, Simone and Carmina, who break through to the surface, and after capturing a couple of gunmen of their own, journey to free the human race by defeating the ruler of the beastmen, the Spiral King Lord Genou. Gurren Lagann is a show that almost everyone who's seen it has enjoyed it, but most will say it's best enjoyed if you shut your brain off for a while. Now, while I can see the logic in that argument, and lack thereof in the show, I have to respectfully disagree. The way I saw it, Gurren Lagann is a testament to human determination, our strive to keep pushing forward, and our refusal to be held down by an outside force. Next, at number 3, is Ohana. Ohana is about a group of teenagers whose friendship has been torn apart after the tragic death of one of their friends years ago. Each one of them dealing with the guilt and blaming themselves for her death. I will say this now, I cry when I watch some anime. The way I see it, if a show can get me so invested in the story, characters, or situation to the point where I am in tears, it is doing something right. And Ohana has had me crying in every episode from start to finish, which is something that legendary tearjerkers like Clannad and Angel Beats hasn't been able to do. I recommend everyone to watch Ohana, even those who don't watch anime. It is a beautiful story that all can enjoy. Speaking of the devil, number 2 is Angel Beats. Angel Beats takes place in a high school purgatory, where those who have died young and living unfulfilled lives can go to have a second chance to live a happy life. There is, however, a faction of students who blame God for their crappy lives, and are fighting back against him and his agent, known simply as Angel. Just like Clannad, this is another key anime, and is my personal favorite of the 5. I thought it was very touching to hear many of the characters' backstories, and found it real heartwarming to see a few of them finally accept their fate and pass on. Like Ohana, I recommend everyone to watch Angel Beats. It'll change your outlook on life for the better, I guarantee it. Now, the moment you've been waiting for. My number 1 favorite anime of all time is Elfin Late. This show is about a mutant girl named Lucy, who escapes from a high security lab, killing everyone on her way before finally being hit in the head, falling in the sea below, and washing up ashore several hours later with a bad case of amnesia. The story follows 2 college students who find Lucy, and they try to figure out who she is and where she came from, while those in charge of said lab put plans in motion to recapture Lucy before she kills more innocent people. I really can't say much about Elfin Late without sounding like a fanboy, but I will say this. Elfin Late is not for everyone. Mostly for how violent it is. Hell, the first 10 minutes of the first episode alone has more blood and gore than most shows do in their entire runtime. But you can get past all that, and some mild nudity. I cannot recommend Elfin Late enough. Now that was my top 10 favorite anime I have seen so far. Please leave a comment telling me some of your favorite anime, some of your thoughts on the anime I listed here, and please go ahead and give me some feedback to help make my videos a little bit better. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Go tell your friends about me. I'm going to be doing a lot more stuff like this in the future. Anyways, this is Real Black Otaku signing out.